With just over 2.5 weeks away from last Epoch's 1.0 launch, and by the way, isn't it great to be alive and a gamer in 2024? Wow, unbelievable. Before I go into my video on last Epoch, I just want to say what an amazing time to be a gamer. There are so many options out there for all of us, and the options are just crazy good. You know, people that are playing Pal World right now and who isn't playing Pal World? Like, I'm not playing Pal World, but just about everybody is. Enshrouded sold 1 million copies. We have games that have been in development that are furthering along the stage to going live. Ashes of Creation is going to have a beta test at the end of 2024. Path of Exile is launching PoE 2, the beta, this summer. I can go on and on and on. What a great era to be a gamer. I have to say, it's so nice when we have so many different options to choose from. So just it's unbelievable because I know we all like different genres and we like playing different play styles and classes and games, and some people like playing by themselves, some people like playing with big groups, and some people like playing open massive worlds, some people like playing first person shooter games, battle arena, on and on and on. It's just, I have to say, it's unbelievable just the plethora of games that gamers can choose from. It's truly amazing. So a shout out to all the studios that enable us to be able to play these games. Now, they're not all success stories, but you can't blame them for trying. And let's just admit it, we're a finicky group and we're hard to please, but it's just so nice to have this crazy good opportunity to play whatever game we'd like to play. So hats off to all the studios that spend a lot of time, a lot of money in making them for us. So thank you for that. Now, the video and what it's about. Last Epoch. I've already done a video basically covering what 1.0 is, and that is not the point of this video. I kind of just wanted to talk to everybody because I wanted to understand where everybody's at with last Epoch. Now, they have very positive reviews on Steam, and rightfully so. It's a good game. I just have about 100 hours in last Epoch, and in staying true to my content and myself, it's a game that I very quickly fell in love with. And although I hit that peak very quick, and then I fell off and I kind of got disinterested with it. Now, I will be playing Last Epoch on February 21st when 1.0 launches. I'm very, very interested in this trading mechanism that they have. Now, personally, I'm more of a solo self-found kind of player. I like to earn and grind and get my own things. And I really, when I did the research on 1.0 for Last Epoch, I was very pleased, and also round of applause for Last Epoch to really address both sides of the coin depending on which player you are in video games. And I'll elaborate on that. What I mean by that is basically 1.0, which launches on February 21st. They're also going to have Twitch drops on it. And by the way, the Golden Guppy, if you currently have and purchased Last Epoch, you will get this Golden Guppy. It will be in your inventory when 1.0 launches. So don't worry if you think that you have to order the game now in order to get this. According to the details and their information, anyone that's purchased a copy of Last Epoch, regardless of the time, will get the Golden Guppy. So it's a very cute thing. I can't wait to see it in the game. Of course, what I was referring to was basically these trade and item factions, and how Last Epoch is addressing both types of play styles. So they're going to have two types of factions. And what are item factions? They're one of the most common suggested we received, and what other games have tried was to have different cycles for different trade or trade free. This solution would work for us. It would mean dividing the player base away from each other, increasing overhead for itemization, and balancing what would be effectively two games. So the question became, how can we implement two different ways to find and acquire items without creating a division within the community? Just brilliant. And what did they do? They came up with the Circle of Fortune and the Merchants Guild, basically addressing both types of players. So the Circle of Fortune is a faction that would address a player like me, who predominantly would play SSF mode. So I want to be able to grind and find items for myself, and I only use those items. I'm not really interested in trading and leveling up my gear through trading. I want to find it myself. So the Circle of Fortune addresses my play style and how I like to play games. But if you're a player, and there are a lot of players like this that like to grind and find items, craft items, the meta items, the high level items, and then trade them in order to earn in-game currency, in order for you to be able to do whatever you want with that in-game currency, well, then the Merchants Guild provides an outlet for that, where you can buy and sell items through the Merchants Guild faction. Now, both different players, play styles, but within the same game. And this is the brilliance behind what they're doing here. It really is nice to see how they're keeping everybody in the game, but addressing the needs of different players. And it's like, hats off to them. Really good. And I gotta say, it's really nice. Now, both factions, there's a ranking system in both. Now, the Circle of Fortune, which is basically will increase the drops while you're grinding the game, for a lack of a better way. I'm summarizing very high level, right? So as you rank up, your drop rate, the quality, all that stuff increases as you rank up. And there's quests within each of these factions and things that you need to do in order to rank up. So, for example, someone like myself who likes playing SSF, I would join the Circle of Fortune. I would grind, do the quests, rank up, and I would see in-game the quality of the drops increasing. So I can really see people and players getting addicted to this grind. It just adds already to the core of the game. And same thing with the Merchants Guild, where players will grind and rank up in the Merchants Guild and trade items and get in-game currency. So there's that whole economy that's driving. And we all know how popular trading is in video games. So it's just unbelievable. So it tells you right here, the Merchants Guild, like I said, grants the ability to trade items with other players through the bazaar and player to player. They also address the fact that they know some players like to get together with their friends, with their family, play alongside. So they wanted to create an avenue for you to be able to trade and give items that dropped for you to your friends or family. So they really are listening to their player base and trying to adopt these principles into the game. And obviously, when players get what they want, they're probably going to play the game more. So it's really good. And then again, the Circle of Fortune grants boosts to items you find yourself through prophecies and passive bonuses. So again, it addresses the two sides of the coin depending on where you are as a player. And they show you the item faction panel, and basically the favor that you earn, the circle of fortune, and it tells you each rank, what comes with that, and ranking reputation. And then favor is your primary currency within the factions. And they tell you, and again, I already covered this. If you want to go back to my last Epoch 1.0 update, it's in my playlist. You'll see it. I go into detail about all of this stuff. And then it goes into the rank requirements, the faction rank requirements, the vendors for the faction, the merchants guild, like I said, for SSF. And then you see all the different ranks within each merchants guild. For example, you can buy and sell normal, magic, and rare items. So again, it's a ladder approach where you start off with the entry level and mid items that you can sell, and then as you rank up, you can sell directly with other people. Then you can buy, then as you again rank up, for example, rank 3, you can sell now higher quality items, so unique items and legendary, and so on and so on and so on. And it goes into how you do buying items, how you sell items, and then it goes into the SSF, lack of a better term, faction, and it tells you the rewards, and here they are. So for example, for someone like myself, I will probably be joining the Circle of Fortune faction. Enemies have a 35% chance of dropping twice as many items. Rank 2, 45% chance of ruins of ascendancy to be preserved when used on an item that requires at least a Circle of Fortune rank 1. Rank 3, whenever an idol drops, there's a 25% chance for 2 or more to drop at the same time. So again, increasing the drop rates, quantity, increasing the drop quality, so increasing the quality. These are all things that players will have no problem putting time into the game, leveling up, ranking up, and chasing those higher ranks so they get those higher quality items, higher quantity amounts. Or if you're on the other faction and you're in trading, you can basically trade anything. In the beginning, you're going to be restricted to the lower tier items. So it just, I think, is a really, really good style of implementing these different play styles into the game and addressing the needs of their player base, like I said. I wanted to do a very quick overview of that, but really the point of my video is, what do you think? How do you think Last Epoch's gonna go over with the player base February 21st moving forward? I've heard very positive things, and rightfully so. This is a very community-based game. The developers are very receptive to what the player and the player base in the community and hearing the feedback and adopting things from the community into the game. But so there's one thing talking about something, there's another thing actually delivering on it. And I want to ask you, do you think 1.0 is going to be a success? And let me define success. To me, success would mean that this game is going to be played for a good amount of time. It seems like prior to 1.0, Last Epoch is a good game, but it hasn't hit the general mass of players, if you know what I mean. I hope that makes sense. Like, it's popular, but it's not played by a lot of people. So I want you to think about that. Do you think Last Epoch's, will it ever elevate to the point where it's a major player in the ARPG genre? Like, it gets mentioned a lot, but I don't think the majority of the player base is playing it. So I'm not trying to shade light on it or put a dark cloud over the game because it doesn't deserve it. Everything I've seen, everything I read, everything I've experienced in my just shy 100 hours into Last Epoch, it's nothing but positive. Really, they don't deserve any dark cloud about what's going on with the game. But let's talk facts here. It hasn't hit the next level, if that makes sense. Do you think 1.0 will? So I would love to hear your comments on that. I'm hoping it does. It would really, personally, like for my own personal taste and like circle of my own personal, like the games that I want to play, like I want to have always 2-3 games minimum that I'm circling through. Ideally, and sometimes it's not possible, ideally I would like it so they're all lined up where I can go in and out of them at the major times, get everything I can out of the game, grind it, then go on to the next one, waiting for this one to come up with its new season or whatever, and end that. Now, that doesn't always work out. Now, in this case, I think Last Epoch picked a great day, great time to launch their game. February 21st. There are other games, like right now the survival games are going off the charts, right? Like Pal World, Enshrouded, like it's just going crazy right now. Very, very popular. But there's February 21st is a good time. So it'd be very interesting to see if they can capitalize and go on a good run. So I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Can Last Epoch get into the next level on the ARPG spectrum? Can they elevate their status in that genre? I'm not saying they don't have status. They do. Everybody talks about this game, but I don't think the majority are playing it. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. And let me know if you're planning on playing 1.0 on February 21st. This is something I rarely talk about on my videos, but I think I'm going to start doing it more and more and reminding people. I do live stream just about every evening on YouTube and on Twitch. And if you go on my YouTube channel, all the socials are there, and you can follow me or subscribe, and this way you get notification. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified when I go live. But hopefully, if you do that, you'll get to see me live on February 21st streaming this game. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see for the advancements that have made. I really just went high level over all this information. Number one, I already did a video on 1.0 that went into bigger depth, and I didn't want to repeat myself. But so I didn't go into everything about 1.0. This video is more about what do you think 1.0 is going to do for Last Epoch. That's really the crux of this video. And I also wanted to say, what a time to be a gamer. Like, it's awesome. We have all these options. It really is. So let me know if you're going to play it. Let me know what you think. And we have a ton of good discussions in the comments section. So get in there. Give me your thoughts. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, we'll hope to see you next time. And if you can find it in your heart to like, comment, and subscribe, it would mean the world to me. We're trying to grow this channel little by little, and it is growing. So thank you very much for the people and my community that continue to support my content. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyway, thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you again. Take care. The opinions expressed in this video are mine and solely mine. Healthy debate is always encouraged. Hate is never welcomed. So get over it.